Hey there, my name is Calista B reporting for Kids First, age 16, and today we are going to be taking a look at a film called The Turning. So this film is based off of an old gothic novel from the 1800s, except now set in the 90s, and it follows the story of a nanny named Kate who is hired to take care of these two orphans named Miles and Flora in this gigantic mansion. However, the longer she stays there, things start to get really creepy and she starts hearing and seeing things. So this is another horror film, so you're probably wondering, how is the horror in this film? Well, honestly, I do think it is a lot better than the last horror film I looked at. Some of the jump scares actually did manage to genuinely scare me and not in the cheap, oh, I jumped, so I guess I'm scared way. Like, there were some jump scares that I think were genuinely well executed. And this film, I feel, does try a little bit more with its atmosphere and the overall tone of the film. So I think, while it's not really that scary, like I didn't get scared that many times, I do think in terms of its effort, it is very commendable. However, I feel like there is one thing about this film that is really going to make or break this film, and that's the ending. Of course, obviously, I can't talk about the ending because my reviews are no spoilers. However, I do want to sort of talk about that as much as I can, because I feel like the ending in concept was really interesting, and there were parts about it that I did like. However, it does kind of ruin some of the mysteries that were set up before, and in my opinion, the mysteries were kind of the main thing that made me feel scared in this film. Like, they were the thing that got me invested and made this film interesting for me, and the ending does kind of ruin that because it makes this film feel really inconsistent, because not only are those mysteries never resolved, but also the ending kind of contradicts parts about it. So I don't know whether I can't really decide whether I like the ending or not, and that's why I feel very like middle of the road about this film. And while I didn't really get attached to any of the characters, I do have to commend the acting. Of course, Mackenzie Davis as Kate and Finn Wolfhard as Miles are great, especially Finn Wolfhard. I feel like that's a given, especially with him. However, I do want to commend Brooklynn Prince, who plays Flora, the little girl. She hasn't really been in that much, and she's still pretty young. However, I think her career is pretty promising, because I think she was definitely one of the better actresses in this film. And one thing I did really like about this film is the mansion that most of this film takes place in. I think the interior is really interesting. Like, I love how intricately it's decorated, and it definitely feels very creepy but beautiful at the same time. And I'm a sucker for historical aesthetics, so I'm not surprised I would be sucked into this mansion. However, I do really like a lot of the areas that they go to that are outside the mansion, in the surrounding garden, stuff like that. I really like that forest area with the lake near it, and especially the koi pond, because koi ponds are one of my favorite aesthetical things. So honestly, I even remember during one part I was just like, man, I would really love to go to this garden. So that's definitely one of the best parts about this film. And overall, I would give it a 3 out of 5 stars and would recommend it for ages 13 to 18. And this film comes out on January 24th. So that'll be it for this Kids First review. If you like it, make sure to check out the Kids First channel and, of course, all the other Kids First reporters. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye!